Hello. A grand total of 7 minutes late this time. For some reason, my Wi-Fi won't connect. It might be to do with the fact that we've got 3 or 4 pieces of technology using the Wi-Fi at one time because of homeschooling. So I might have to stop that while I'm streaming this Cactus masterpiece for a little while. So anyway, here we go. We're going to do a little cacti, because we're going to do 3 in a goldfish bowl today. And we've got a leafy, succulent type cacti here. And then we're going to have a circular or oval one in the middle with some projections like that, and then on the end we'll have another succulent like this, and you can vary the leaf shapes and have some coming forward and backwards and the likes. You know, you can make it up or you can just copy me. And then in the base of the goldfish bowl we'll have some sand, which would have soil underneath it, but okay. So here we go. We're going to paint the cacti first, and I'm going to use some green left over on my palette again. Just add water to it to re-wet it. Again, if you don't want your pencil lines to show through, just give them a light rubbing out with a pencil before you do it. And then we've got a lighter green, a more acid green with a bit of yellow added to the same green for this one. Just fill in those leaves quite randomly. And don't forget the stem. And then we'll do the other one, a sort of almost like a blue-green colour. So more blue in it than yellow. So we've got 3 shades of green there going on. I'm not going to paint that just yet because I want to make sure that that doesn't bleed into that structure there. I'm just going to give it a light dry with a hairdryer just quickly. And there we go. Okay, we put some sand in the bottom. I'm going to use some yellow ochre. This is, if you haven't got yellow ochre, you just take a bit of yellow and a bit of brown and just add in the brown to the yellow, and that will send it off on this sort of yellow ochre side. Okay, I'm going to put some spikes on my main cactus using a little bit of purple that I've got left in my palette. If you don't wash your palettes, then you can use the same colours the day after. It's quite a good thing. Less waste, less paint going down the sink, which is always a good thing. Little cross shapes like this on the main cactus. You could just even have some individual spikes coming off. I'm just going to paint some yellow on here just to make it like a variegated leaf. Quite randomly, I'm not following the shadow and a highlight there. I'm just going to put some little dots of yellow on the bottom. Oops, that was a bit much. just pick that up and dot that about. There we go. Just for a bit of texture. And then take some of the darker tone, and maybe we make this one a stripy one. We've done stripy ones before. Use your fine brush again. Again, you can make your colours whatever colour you want. Okay, and you might want to put just a bit of darkness just down the centre of that one there. Right, okay, so here comes the hairdryer. The reason why you need to hairdryer this off is because we're going to paint the bowl blue. So it has to be completely dry. I'm hoping that this doesn't blow everywhere. I'm just going to dab off with a paper towel because I put that big blob of yellow there. I'm just going to take a bit of paper towel, paper, and just dab it off if it won't dry quickly enough, okay? And so now then, a largish brush and a bit of blue paint. And we want it quite liquid. We don't want too much paint in it because we just want this to be a tint. Okay, so if you look at my palette here, where are we here? Can you see how watery that is? You don't want it to be any thicker than that. Okay, and you're just going to put a really thin, and you need to use a very light hand doing this because you don't want to pick up the paint that's underneath. So just lightly dot this around and hope that it doesn't start mixing that colour. Can you see, like that? And then a little tiny bit darker for the bowl hole, like that. Okay, let that dry. Okay, that's more or less dry. Okay, if you have any runoffs like I had then just dab them off with a paper towel and take a little bit more blue, this time a bit thicker, and just put a lip on that bowl and a line coming down one of the sides like this. That's still a bit wet there, you can see, but you just want a line. You can put it on both sides, but just do this once it's dry. Mine's a bit wet. You can even put a couple, and that'll just make it feel a little bit like glass. Okay, that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Go and have a look at my YouTube page, and maybe have a go at something else. Okay, bye for now. Ta-da.